All right, here we are again, guys. So yesterday I did the Mad Max car that or truck that failed, and then I made another one afterward and posted up just so you could kind of see a final afterwards in key shot. Today I was contemplating either another car or a boat, and I think I'm going to do another car because I got another thing I want to try building wise. But the first thing I want to do, this is so I can show you, this is cool. This is how you import a new model from something else into Medium. Go up here to our stamps and import, and cool. I should have deleted, but whatever. I got my tire. So now I've imported I made a new tire in 3D Coat yesterday, and let's just see if it looks all right. Oh, there. Um, my thing. Okay, and stamps, tire, done. Right. All right. Cool. So let's get some neat little tread things going on. I just wanted something that wasn't quite as monster truck as the other ones. So I actually want to make something that was kind of actually made to be a tire, although that's a weird front thing. But anyway, okay, so I have a new wheel tire thing, and we're gonna make a car this time, I think, instead of a truck. And so the last couple times I've made cars, I started with an axle, and then I made the wheels after that. This time I'm gonna start with the wheels. Single. Just get a better mop. I'm gonna start with the wheels. So I get them nice and lined up. They look, yeah, reasonably lined up for me. Okay. Now, what I'm going to try, I haven't tried this before, so let's see. There's a way to duplicate the layer, and then I think I can translate them. Yes. And I want to move them along that axis. So now I can make sure they're still aligned. And okay, I want a little more though. So the average car has, why is it off? Let's go. Let's see. I got out from in front of the thing. The average car has where am I going here? 3 and a half wheels between. Just do it again. It's just okay. There we go. Now I'm on. So 3.5 wheels in the axis. Why is it going away? Come back here. Select it. Okay, it needs to be selected. So why are they not lined up? Should be exactly lined up. Well, let's get them that way. Now, 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. Even a little more. Yeah, okay. And just for funsies, let's duplicate it again. And I want to move it. I'm going to create some kind of like a 6-wheeled vehicle. Okay. So now we've got all those. Let's select them and try to merge them. Still early enough that, yes. Okay. So we have wheels, and they should be symmetrical along that wheelbase, at least relatively speaking. So now that we've got those, now let's build our axles. I don't need a huge. Let's start with square. Actually, we'll start with this. Let's use the pill. Shrink it down. Continuous, no taper, line constraint. And kind of try to line it up pretty close down the center. Close. And down a little more. Down the center. Yeah, good enough for, close enough for government work. Well, actually, let's do it again. Close enough. Okay, so I could do that again and just duplicate it. But I think given that this is just sort of fluffy, kind of, we're just gonna stroke it. Concept art does not have to be perfect. So I got 3 axles, and then no, a drivetrain. So it's a much longer car than my last one, which is cool because again, I'm getting a little tired of doing the like stubby thing all the time, just because it's my tendency. So now another new layer. Once and pick. I've got it already there. Is it that square? Where am I in? Okay, I want to move that up. This is the other one, isn't it? This is the, no, yeah, it's the other one. We want to use just a flat one, so I use this little pixel count as possible. I don't need to pay for that bump up. So shrink her down. Come on down. Why it starts slightly offset like that? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Shrink her down a bit more. And edge of wheel to edge of wheel. Government work, close enough. I had to try to explain to my girlfriend where close enough for government work came from yesterday, and I realized I had no idea, but close enough for government work. Okay. So we got our frame, right? And now, let's see. To avoid the problem that I had yesterday, let us create the quick save. We are going to periodically save this puppy and thus avoid losing everything. It's good advice for Photoshop. It's definitely good advice for 3D. Yeah, so now we're kind of back to that same shape that we were at before, but I've done it because I did it from the wheels. I feel like I have a better kind of sense of mass and what I want it to look like. So let's go put an engine in it now. I think I really do like this engine. This thing is an engine block. I think it was from a shareware, like freeware Greebles kit that I got off of SketchUp, actually, I believe. And I think it's supposed to be a cryo chamber is what they call it, but yeah, it's an engine. It's a good engine. Am I on a new layer? No, I am not. New layer, increase the res, recenter it roughly. It's good enough. Now let's build it. Two angled. Good enough. There's our engine. We'll probably put an air blower on top of it afterward, but cool. So we got our engine layer, which let's name engine. Okay, and now another new layer. And I'm not even going to increase the res on this one, I don't think. I think this is going to be our, again, basic frame so that we know how it should be huge, yeah, how big things are going to be. Continuous line constraint. Where am I? There I am. Cool. So hood. Cool. Definitely feeling a lot more comfortable with the line constraint than I was last week. It's cool. Proof that you actually do learn. It's a lot more useful now to me than it was when I was doing that. All right, so your basic ye old sedan looks like, kind of, huh? Only with 6 wheels. Down. I wish there was a way to constrain to a plane. Probably something they didn't think they were going to need as much because this was mostly designed as a soft tool. Let's just do it this way. I'm going to use the move tool. Active layer only. Just bring it in a little bit. Okay. Yep. Clay. Down. Cross. Down. Cross. Down. And cross. It's kind of stubby looking, but I've seen these from experience that it gets less so when you start adding stuff onto it. I don't mean stubby, just kind of like, actually maybe it's a little skinny looking for me. And that also could be because I am so used to making stubby things that when it's normal, it feels skinny to me. So let's assume that that is correct. All right, so there's our frame. New layer. Bring it back up to so it covers the car. And let's use our move tool because it's just the most awesome thing ever. So we'll start with the roof this time. Just doesn't really matter. Just something. To start with. Okay, I'm just gonna make it a little thinner. I have to do it 3 times. Okay. Got our roof. It's just that. Good. And to the move tool, which we already set for this layer only. And because we had those overlap shapes before, it's carrying them through, which is kind of an interesting thing. We'll see how whether it continues or not. No, I don't want to grab quite that much. That. There we go. Weird fan thing going on in the back. Shrink it down. Actually, undo that. Maybe go with decrease the inner radius down a lot. It's really hard to get it to just do a tiny part sometimes because yeah, we'll probably cover it all anyway. So We've got our roof thing going on now. Bring that back up a little bit. I think I'm going to probably just wind up nuking it. I did before. I kind of like just cutting a hole through it. So, roof. We may come back and move it around a bit as we think. There we go. Clay tool gun. I don't know. How do I feel about that? It's getting a little too bumpy. Let's undo that, make it a bit bigger. I wonder why it's doing this. It wasn't last time. I changed another setting that I'm unaware of. Let's get rid of it. Okay, and then let's see. Strip taper, no. Continuous constraints, yeah. Size, yeah. Unless I just need to increase the res again. Let's see if that does it. And no, that's too big. Can't do that. I mean, it's not a huge big deal, but maybe we'll just do as big as it'll go. Just do one. Let's not put it. It seems like it's angled in a little bit. Let's just do one. Okay, and the move tool. I think we're gonna increase the strength, maybe not to 100, but like there, so it's mostly. Yeah. I know I joke this every time, but oh God, the topology. Oh God, see, look at that. Oh God, the topology. So bad. Let's undo that topology. Let's see if we can do it slightly better. I want to get it a little. I don't want it to be all pixelated out crap. So that seems better, at least right now. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. All right. No, not Batman. I'm gonna take the fins off. Okay, cool. So now we've got that there. Now let's nuke those fins, just because those are silly looking. Square, continuous, no line. Did I go into my own layer for this? For the sides? Yes, I did. Good. Okay. I didn't do the front part yet. Let's just do that now. Sure. I don't even hate those bumps out. Okay. All right, so then back to the clay tool to erase that back down. And then I don't know that we'll need it, but let's just do another new layer. I'm just going to increase the res once on this one though. And back. All right, so we have the Boxy Mobile. Woohoo! Now we've got it. I'm gonna cut into the ceiling a little bit, I think. Didn't bother to go to full on square. I'm just gonna kind of do that. Get it down a little bit. Cool, 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 cool. Now let's change parts. Lego mechanical. This, I have a method to my madness. Which way do I want to go? Now, square, just to fill it out a little bit. I'm going to wind up doing it anyway. Still going to wind up being square, mostly. All right, well, that's fine. So there's our front window. It's going to be a really small side window this time, I think. It's not going to have a big gap into it. Just as the barest hint of a hole there. And back. Top again. Looks like a Chevy symbol. Fine. All right. So those are our windows. Basic frame. There's the box of our vehicle. Obviously, it doesn't look like any real vehicle yet, and really never will. But there's our vehicle. Do we want to give it? Do we want to cover the engine or not? I think we do. I think I want to make it a little bit more aggro looking. Do that on another new layer, I think. And shape. Ooh, let's try that. Let's see what it does. Rather than using the same shape I've been using for the last couple times to do fronts. Now, I could drag it. Do I want to? Maybe. Move. Down. It's kind of neat looking. I really wasn't planning on that, but it's got a real distinctive look to it. So let's leave it for right now. Right. Okay. So there is our fundamental car. Quick save. Okay. New layer. And okay. You guys know the drill now. It's pretty much the same kind of stuff we've been doing. We're going to start adding components to the sides and whatever to make it feel more right. So first thing I want to do, again, I said before, I want an engine block. And I really like this part for an engine block. Shrink it down. Engine block. Yes. Cool. Again, it's total bullshit, but I keep saying it because I'm sure somebody at some point is gonna be like, "But Seth," I'm like, no. No, 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 no. And actually, though, I am going to change something. Rather than do that, let's put it on the engine layer. Now I'm sure I won't be able to get it exactly where I want it again, and it'll be a pain. reasonably, but no, I'm gonna, let's see. Try to get it a little straighter. Okay. The bigger engine block now. But all right, fine. No, I'm not gonna make it that quite that big. Straight. I kind of want to fit. Yes. Okay. So now it's a 5-cylinder. I don't know. All right. But now that's on the engine layer, so can texture all the same, and that's cool. So now the armor layer, or the bits layer. Let's start with the usual, because this is kind of my style and I like it. Gonna roll bar. No. No. Maybe shrink it down a little bit. That might help. Or maybe I'll just leave it open. No. There we go. It's a bit high, but that's fine. So we got our grate. And this time, we got our smaller windows. So rather than go vertical, let's just see how we feel about going horizontal. And instead of, let's try something else. Okay. This is a neat idea, maybe. I want to cut out a door. That's longer. Yeah, that's a good door shape. Oh, I do have to be on that layer. That would be 9? Yes! Yeah, okay, undo it when I need to do layer constraints and continuous. Which means I think I'm gonna actually go something that lets me go a little wider. If I'm gonna have to do constraints anyway, then so this one's got a door in it, maybe even a little further back. This is gonna be like troop transport, I guess. Only one on the one side. I'll need to remember this later because I'll have to not symmetry it. But that's kind of the point, actually, is getting a little tired of everything being perfectly symmetrical on these things. Okay, so go to a different part. And it's going to also need bars because I don't want people coming into it. Just 2. And then let's put another door frame kind of thing piece behind it. This could be neat. One more time. One more time. Gonna celebrate. Okay, good enough. Concept art. So yeah, so that's our entrance way into this. So we've got no door. Then that everyone comes in through that side of this vehicle. And then Let's maybe put do I handle or something there? Nah, leave it off for right now anyway. Okay. Stop for a second. Let's observe what we have. We need to make it wider. It still feels really narrow to me, and it is very narrow. I probably didn't make those quite far enough apart. I'm reversing my normal problem, but this is an easier one to fix. It's easier to widen something out, I think, in this kind of case than lengthen it. And we can sort of make it feel wider without actually doing much to it. Let's turn back on symmetry. That's not right. That's not right. No, we'll turn it on to single too. Come on. Okay, I don't know what it is, but it's a piece. And it will kind of aid us in making things feel a little bit wider. I think so on this case, we're giving it some mud flaps. Maybe even set on a new layer. No, I don't want to go that far forward. Just to there. Okay, yeah. It's kind of cool. It feels very sort of truck-like. That too. And out a little bit. Yeah. All right, we're not touching nothing. That looks cool. Backside, maybe backside's gonna be a little more primitive. Cool. Clay. Had a brief like the moment. Flat thing. Full sized. There. Move. I heart the move tool. Am I outside my space? Yes, I am outside that space. Damn it. There's not really a good way to move it. I think, though, I can maybe decrease res. Should be fine on this thing. And now I'm bigger. Right? Yeah. And it didn't need that high res. That's still fine on that side. Yeah. And then. Okay. So now what are we feeling like? Yeah, that looks better, right? I feel like that's more in line. It's still a little narrow, but I mean, the thing about all these cars, right, is that these are not like made in Detroit by people with, wind tunnels and resistance, whatever. This is like, you know, the theory being a little bit kind of bullshit. Like they're just randomly hammering some shit together. So this is randomly hammered and it's just a bit narrow, but it's an interesting shape. And again, these are sketches to show to a director. They're not necessarily supposed to be finished vehicles. So if it doesn't look right, yeah, whatever, who cares? I mean, like, do your best, but you're actually trying for interesting more than you're trying for accurate. Accurate will get you so far, but interesting is what you're trying to get from to show your director to be like, yes. Let's see, I want to go new layer though. What am I at now? 14. I just got to keep track. Okay. So that I know. I don't know. Normally I would use this as a missile pod. It's not really a missile pod location. But I kind of feel like having something come out the side like that. So maybe we'll just use it as a square. And I don't care what those are particularly. And maybe on the backside. Ooh, I know the backside. So, okay. We'll see. We won't do that yet because I do talk to myself, yes. I want to keep this texture the same. And the idea I had for the backside was to put some cloth things back there. So I want to wait so that I can use a different component. But, ooh, maybe we can do, that's kind of cool. Maybe we give it some kind of a pintle mount thing here. Actually, go the other way. Okay, so it's got a mounting now. So now, if we start putting something on there, like a big, to pardon the term, but a big fuck off cannon. Let's see, we want to fit along the center there. Okay, cool. Not quite down that much. Maybe not quite that fat. Dude, that's just silly. Let's make it a little narrower. Okay, sure. Just for the idea of a gun. Does not have to actually work. But we have the idea of a gun. I kind of like it. Let's see. Square off the ends. Yeah. Yep, cool. And then give it ye old cables. Okay, so we can do that. Like, that's our best way. Maybe even just go. Nah, I don't like that. Shrink it down. Probably gonna shrink it down too much. Let's use a different one. Okay, or even just draw it, but let's try using this one first before I have to draw it. Some kind of a. There you go. Ooh, because now, ooh, yeah. Now what we can do is, I'm liking this. Custom built. Now's the time to use that cool looking plate because it's got some more interest to it. And on paint, right? Yep. So now we have a place for somebody, if you down a little bit, to stand. Yes, and shoot this thing. It's a turret mount of some kind. It's silly, but it's a turret mount, right? And it works for our logic, and that's really all that matters. That was kind of a cool. Do I have a better gun thing? I'm sure I have a better gun thing. Let's see what happens too. Ooh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Let's try something similar though. I like that idea. I'm not sure I like that part. Maybe this part. That seems more gun-like from here. Cool. Maybe get another one. That side. Let's see. Turn this vehicle. So I'm starting to get out of range of my sensors from playing with this too much. Rotate the vehicle. Don't rotate yourself. One more time. Ugh. Okay, maybe not just one more time. There we go. It is silly, but okay, yeah, that's right, right? Okay. I guess even if the model does get kind of whacked out like that, uh, maybe I won't, just to be, maybe get bigger. I want to make sure that doesn't do some kind of weird, you know, 3D equivalent of pixelization later. But all right, for right now, if it does, I'll just paint over it. But we'll just do one. Okay, so we got that. Then let's go with this piece. Side there. I don't know, let's move it back a little bit just so it doesn't interfere with our turning theoretically. Yeah, cool. And now we have these forward mounted cannons, and it's getting really kind of orky and pissed off. I did like orcs in 40K. I never really played them much, but I did. I admit to liking the orcs a lot. Let's see, what other kind of thing do we want to put on this thing now? Anything in here? I'm kind of thinking. Maybe not. Let's look at it. Okay, so I like that. I like that. This is too barren and blank still. Certainly the other side is way too barren and blank without the door. But let's leave that side off because I want to make sure oh, I nuked my doorway. Oops. Well, okay, let's go build that part back in. I don't know what layer that would be. 12, 10, 12. Put it on 12. I'm not sure that's way. I'm not sure what layer those on. I wish there was a way to select layers. That would be cool. Like you could just click and have it pick layer like in Photoshop. But this is still very early days on this tool, so let's give them some slack. And there we go. It's a different kind of grate, but it's kind of more visual interest. Well, now I'm going to have one on both sides, aren't I? Yes. So let's undo that. Turn off mirror. More on the inside. Sure. Too busy? Maybe. Let's just go do this. Yeah. Simple, effective. Do it. Now I should be able to, because it's on that layer. Can I just move just that up a little bit? In a little bit, down a little bit. No. Oh, soft. Okay, there we go. Doorway again. And quick save. You will not fool me again. 14 is our turrets. New layer again. Bring us back into our bounding box. Clay. Go back to just mechanical bits, their parts. I just want to flesh this out a little bit. Turn mirror back on. And give us some of that. That. Let's do big ones. Flip it upside down. Let's see now. Sometimes figuring out how to, I'm not 100% like, how do I want to control this thing yet? And Like I keep turning it the wrong way. So let go. I'm going to come around and move myself. There we go. Okay. It's cheap, but it just gives it a good sense of read. You know, there's not a lot there, but where's our little? I know we have some because I've used them before. I want those things like the gas tanks. There, there. There. Cool. I'm on single. No, I can't be on single because let's go back to single. Got our gas tanks, but they actually went on pretty well for being not single. Maybe. No. Good God, no. Good God, man. Nah, it's too round, too soft looking. Let's this piece. All right, cool. It's again a bullshit piece, but it's kind of a neat bullshit piece. Another kind of neat bullshit piece, but I think I want to go in a bit more symmetrical with the space. I don't know what it does. Doesn't need to do anything. It is placement. Oh, I wanted to put bars on the back there. It was 12, right? Yeah, 12 is window bars. Okay. Under. Decrease. Okay. Window bars in the back. Quick save. Paranoia save. Okay. I love that piece. I have no idea what it is, but I really like it. It's just such a weird thing. It just looks cool. Yes, I like it there. No, I don't want it that angled. Better. Yes, I like it there. No, I want it further in. All right, cool. Let's see. We want to do the front. It doesn't have any headlights. I'm just not a big fan of headlights. Although, I mean, we could give it some, I suppose. Yeah, let's see what we get if we give it at least the space where headlights maybe used to be, even if they're not, or like weird. It has armored headlights, which might actually make sense. I guess you think about it. It's like you're mostly fighting in the day, but if you knew you had to travel later, you want to be able to cover those up so they didn't get shot out on you. So, yeah, okay, fine. I can buy it. Maybe up a little bit, though. I really think that half of this stuff is about convincing yourself. Like, if you can come up with a reason why, make it so, number one. That's the important part. Ooh, we're kind of off-centered, but I'm not sure. Oh, it's just because I rotated my bounding box. We're not actually off-centered. Good. All right. That side. Side's looking okay. This side is not. So we're going to turn off mirroring. Layer 15. Let's go to new layer. I don't think I need all these layers, but what do we want to put on that side? Not a lot, because I don't really want to change the silhouette much, but I want it to feel like there's something there that's important, or at least interesting. Can I use Where am I? Oh, bounding box. Oh, I'm in the bounding box, right? Or what layer did I just increase the res on? It wasn't that last layer. Oh, it was that thing. Fine. 16. Where's the bounding box? There we go. And no, it's in bounding box. Are you just thinking? Yeah, you're just thinking. Okay, I made that way higher res. It's probably going to come back and bite me in the ass later. But I don't know what that's for. Maybe just give it another kind of like hatch of some kind. I'm not on mirror, right? No, I'm not. Good. All right. We don't know what it is, but it's a hatch. Oh, I lose my back things. Damn it. I lost a bunch. I up-resed at the wrong time. What did I lose? I lost the back. I think that's about it. Okay. I must have deleted it at some point. We can fix it back. Let's give this guy some, yeah, some pipes. And we'll just put the back on the same layer as this one. I think that'd be fine. What shape was I using? Something, looks like a door kind of, but I don't remember. We'll use this one. It's not the one I had, but actually that's not, let's put on layer 15. No. 14 is what? Turrets. 13 is those. Let's put on 13. Sure. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe this again. Sure. Let's do that because it's cool and because it kind of fits. Right. Okay. Now, when I'm looking at this thing now, this space right here feels a little empty and weird to me, but I don't want it to be too big. So maybe just something like that. Yeah, all right. And then this makes no sense. Oh, did it go on both sides? Yes, but I like it. Okay. I get on both sides? Yeah, sure. Right there. Quick save. Scratch my nose. All right. Cool. Yeah, I need to really figure out on Twitch, start changing gears, but I need to figure out on Twitch how I can hear comments and do this or see comments. I'd love to be able to see comments. I wish I could make like a pop-up that was up there because I really don't want some weird computer voice reading out comments to me while I'm doing this. It would just be distracting and I don't think I'd like it. But I do want to be able to interact with people and I feel like that would make for a better Twitch stream. So I'm torn. I don't really know what the best answer is. And if anyone has any suggestions, please do not hesitate to let me know. Said I'm very new to this whole Twitch thing, and I kind of like it, but I would kind of like to have more people involved because it's a little bit sad to be doing this and no one. Did we break? And it's either thinking or it's crashing. But we just saved just a second ago, so we are in good shape. I think it's crashing. And I'm going to say we have crashed medium, probably by making it too big. I'm going to open the safe. 1 second. Yes. Yes, it officially told me that medium had crashed. So, um, yay. I'm impressed that I've now done that twice. Load. All right. So maybe let's do a little bit of maintenance. See if we can decrease some layer sizes. Um, Layer 1 is our wheels. Kind of like them strong. Layer 4 is that. We can decrease that. Layer 5 is our what? Some kind of a, is it the frame? I don't even know, but we're going to decrease it. And there's the engine. Let's leave that how it is. Layer 7 is the frame. Decrease that. 8 is our roof. Let's leave it how it is. Not do that. 9 is our walls. 10. I don't know what 10 is. Can I see what 10 is? I'm sure it was something. 11 is the front. Probably decrease that. Let's see. Yeah, all right. 12 is that. Let's leave it alone. 13. Those things. Decrease those. 14 for guns. Let's leave them alone. 16 is this stuff. And 15 get moved. And we could decrease that stuff. I think that was the one that went huge. Cool. All right. Quick save. So hopefully I've freed up a little bit of space. I'm not going to do much more now though, because I'm going to this is for who the bell tolls kind of thing. You know what's coming. So let's give it a look. Oh, I lost my headlights. Let's give it back our headlights. I liked those. Again, 15. Headlights sound good on 15. Stamp, mechanical. I like that shape there. Let's find it easier to place this way. Single. Are we right? We must be like right on the edge of this. Oh no, we're upside down. It's like what? Okay. There we are. Okay. This headlights down. Let me shrink it down a little bit. Don't want it to be quite that up high. Cool. There we go. It's got cute little eyes now. Oh. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna put those cloth things in the back, and I still really want that. So let's try for that. That'll be our last thing we'll do. Cloth. pack. And yeah, like that. Cool. And then maybe we'll put the roll, like the tank. Yeah, it's like a kind of there as well. Cool. That is so silly looking. But it might actually come together pretty well if we were to take the, when we take it and texture the heck out of it. I think it'll be all right. And if not, again, it was an hour idea that we can now take to our director and have him go, Seth, that's insanity. Don't do that. Cool. So save it again. Export it. Where are we at? 14 million polys. Yeah, okay. So it's just, I don't actually decimate it, so it says it's decimating, but it's not, so it doesn't take long. Yeah, so I think this may have gotten the car thing out of my system for right now, and if it has, there we go, then tomorrow will probably wind up being some kind of a sailing vessel, or at least a water vessel. Just because I've done spaceships, I've done aircraft, I've done this. I feel like maybe we'll make that. And actually, I looked at David Levy's Instagram lately, and it's just phenomenal. He's been doing all these like really high tech looking sailboat yacht ships that are just badass. So I may try my hand at doing some kind of a more utopian watercraft tomorrow. That's kind of where I'm leaning. Let's see. It will be 10 a.m. again, Pacific Daylight Time. Probably last about an hour, a little less than an hour, about an hour. Please come hang out with me. It would be awesome. I'm going to take this into Keyshot and render it and give it a turnaround. And then I will post it up on my Facebook, my Instagram, and probably Twitch too. I don't really know how to post still pictures terribly well. But anyway, thanks again. I appreciate it. If you're not following me, follow me here. Or if you just want to follow my archive, I'm archiving all of these up on YouTube in my YouTube channel, also Eldritch48. Okay, cool. Have a great day, guys. All right, bye-bye.